Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to begin with all the praise, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rabbakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles who rule well of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Much love, greetings, and salutations to the fellow laborers of the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. And I'm entitled this lesson, If the Most High doesn't want an individual to get it, no man on the earth can make that man get it. And what sparked me to, do a lesson on this is the level of, or should I say, the influx of reprobates, that are turning up and making videos, coming up against us. And you can clearly see that they have no understanding whatsoever. And it's no matter what you say, no matter what precept you put, no matter how plain you make it, Jake is just going to believe what they want to believe. And we have no power over that. We want to convert Jake and make Jake get it, but it's not of our power. So all we could do is just push this word out, and the elect are going to understand. They're going to hear the voice of the shepherd, and they're going to flock to him. Okay? We don't have control over who can get it or who can't, So what I want to do is just go into the precepts and show how if the Lord sends an angel down when a person is trying to get it, if the Most High doesn't want that individual to get it, the angel is going to block the understanding that you can't receive it. But if you are of the Lord's elect, you're one of his servants, the prophets, then the angel is actually going to come down and make sure you receive it. Okay? And the scriptures do say that Yahushai, when you read Colossians, the first chapter, that all the principalities, the powers, the dominions, all these things were created by him and for him. So if the angels were made by the Lord, then that means Yahushai can control who gets this truth or who doesn't. Okay. So I want to start with this example. All right. And this is dealing with the prophet Isaiah. And this is an account of an angel actually coming down to actually give the understanding to Isaiah. Okay. So I'm going to start at the top. This is Isaiah 6:1. It says, in the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with the twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. So this is talking about angels. All right. It says, and one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the post of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. That's how glorious that the Heavenly Father is. And even his angels, all right, they have glory of the Father, man. That's why when they come down, they're very bright. All right. It says, then said I, woe to me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips. All right, what did he mean by that? Meaning my mouth is basically my lips are uncircumcised. Okay, I don't have bridled lips. I don't know what to say. I'm young. So right here, you're going to see that the Lord used the angel to actually clean him up, basically to seal the understanding within him, because it tells you in Revelation, the 14th chapter, that in the 144,000, basically there's no guile found in their mouths. So they're basically of clean lips. There's no deception among them. They speak the truth because they receive the truth. Okay, they obtained the truth. So it says, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. Right? And, coal is basically a cleanser. He basically took the cleanser from off the altar. And this is what he did. It says, and he laid it upon my mouth and said, lo, this have touched my lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Okay, because he had sin. Okay, so he had to be cleansed, just like all the elect. We had to be cleaned up. Lord willing, we of the elect. Okay, we had to be cleaned. In the moment that we received this understanding, which meaning in our subconscious, we actually accepted it and we believed wholeheartedly. That was when the process of cleansing began. And we started to search through the scriptures, and our conscience became cleansed with this truth, with this word. And that was an angel that did that in that moment. Okay. It says, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. The angel, this is the instruction from the Lord. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their eyes heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, meaning their mind, and convert, meaning to return, and be healed. Okay? So you have the majority of our people who has an angel that's making sure that none of these breakdowns that we push, all these videos going into different secrets, breakdowns, mysteries. Like, for example, the Gentile mystery. If you still in that pagan Christian church, the Lord is he's not gonna open you up. Why? Because you're a defiled soul. Your mind and conscience is defiled with plantation Christianity. So you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna be able to see, what we're presenting to you, which is this truth. We go precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. We go into the history. We look up the words, go into the original language, which was Hebrew. And Jake still can't see it. They still not convinced. Why? Because this angel did his job. All right. He made his heart fat, his eyes heavy, and he shut his eyes. Okay. And closed his ears, man, spiritually. All right. You can't even do a spiritual CPR on these niggas, man. They're gone. So that means if the Most High doesn't want that individual, they not going to get it, man. No matter what you do, no matter how you break it down, no matter how fancy you word it. OK. And I'm going to read this last verse right here. It says, then said I, Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. So basically, Jake ain't going to really get this until the judgment, till they get destroyed. So you got a majority of the Israelites, especially here in Babylon, who's not going to see it. They're not going to receive this knowledge, this truth, until they get destroyed by the missiles or by the chariots. So they're basically preserved unto destruction, man. Okay. And this shows you that we have no control whatsoever, man. The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is in total control. There's no such thing as free will, as we can see, because you can't control whether you get it or not. All right. So let's go from there. Let's get what Yahweh Shai said. This is John 6:44. It says, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. All right. And then it says right here, verse 45, it says, it is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of the Most High. Every man, therefore, that have heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. All right, and that's those that are preordained to come to the Father. All right, they learned, they read the scriptures, and the Most High opened up their understanding by supping with them, by giving them the inspiration. Okay. So, that's let's sit on that. That's from Yahushua himself, right? Let's go from there to 2 Corinthians 4, verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the power of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. And who's the God of this world? Who's the prince of the air, man? Satan. But who's their physical counterpart? The so-called white man. All right. He came up out of those caves. He came up out of the bottomless pit and deceived everybody, man. Just straight pulled the wool over everybody's eyes. Just deceived the whole planet, man. And that's why everybody's in gross darkness, man. But right now, the Lord is shining his light, through his men, through this understanding. And now certain jakes that are meant to get it are now coming to the light, man. And, that veil is now being peeled back. When you read Isaiah 20:25-7, it talks about the covering cast over the people is going to be basically peeled back. The cast covering over the earth. That represents the darkness of ignorance because of the lies that people have been taught. That was because the devil blinded their minds, man. All type of witchcraft was performed on the minds of our people, man. A lot of indoctrination, and it's hard to get it out of them, man. Because the so-called white man is still in power. He's the ruling class. He has the power to write history. A lot of their understanding of the scriptures come from plantation Christianity. Okay. So it says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, in whom the Most High powers of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not. Okay. And ultimately it's the angel. Hey, Satan himself is an angel. He's a son of the Most High. The Most High controls the spiritual demon Satan, man. Okay. It says, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. Okay. So let's go from there. Or because, ultimately, when we do shine that light, those that the Most High does not want, it's like that light becomes painful to their eyes. When somebody comes and try to wake you up, and it's you had the light off, and when somebody cut the light on, and you open your eyes and it's so bright, your eyes start to hurt a little bit. You be like, damn, man, cut that off, man. Well, that's how that's Jake. When they actually, that light gets shined to him, meaning that this word gets preached unto him, and for some odd reason, they get very distasteful about it. Like it becomes like a bad taste in their mouth. Like, no, I don't know about this, man. I don't think this is true. No, I don't see it. I don't get it. This is my understanding. Jake want to gravitate to their own understanding, man. When the scriptures say not to lean upon your own understanding. All right. So this is Sirach 21 and 14. It says the inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. Yeah, the knowledge is not gonna it's not gonna stick with them. And the Lord basically makes that happen, man. Okay, you're like you're a broken bottle or a broken bucket. And here it is, we trying to give you that living water, and that water just leaking out from the bottom, man. And you rather be dry. You don't even want the knowledge, man. It says, if a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. But as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back. Okay, now once he get taught the understanding, and he get offended for whatever reason, it doesn't sound right to him, because he has an itching ears. He want to hear something smooth, which this knowledge is really easy to them that understand, man. It's plain unto the holy, but it's a stumbling block unto the wicked. So if you're wicked, this knowledge is gonna be displeasing to you. So you're gonna basically toss it aside, man, and go after your own counsel of your own heart. Okay. So that's what happens to an individual who the Lord doesn't want to receive it. Okay. And then they start to what? They start to speak evil of it. Guys that have fell out and now they speaking against the doctrine. You got dudes like Jay the producer. He did a full 180, man. Okay. Just bugged out, man. Reprobate mind. All that knowledge that he received, it eventually displeased him, and he ended up casting it behind his back. He didn't trodden down the precious jewels of the Lord, man. That's why the scriptures say, give not which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearl before swine, man. Because the dogs are taking it and they'll trample over it. They'll rip it up, man. Okay. So that's why this thing really ain't for everyone anyway. This is only for those that are worthy. All right. So let me go from there to 2 Ezra 12. This is 2 Ezra 12, and I'll start at 35. It says, "This is the dream that thou sawest. These are the interpretations." And this is Prophet Ezra receiving all these revelations from the angel. So all the prophets that have this truth and these secrets, that's because the angels are dealing with them, man, through the orders of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay. So Ezra, he got all these prophecies concerning the end by the angel. Okay. That's why it says in Amos 3:7, surely thou will do nothing but showeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Right. Verse 37, it says, "Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people." Okay, the wise, whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. Okay, and that's talking about the servants, the prophets, man, the elect. They're going to comprehend it through the Spirit. Okay. So those are the ones that's going to get it. Okay. Let's go from there to 2 Ezra 8. This is 2 Ezra 8 and 61. It says, "And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto all men." And this is the angel speaking again. All right. "But unto thee, and a few like thee." Who is that, man? What other men are like him? That's talking about the prophets, man. Okay. And matter of fact, I'm gonna get a precept after I finish this verse. It says, "Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me." All right, so let's go from there to let's go to Sirach 36. This is Sirach 36 and 14. It says, "Fill Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name." All right. That's who's like unto Ezra when the angel told him that. It's talking about the prophets who he sanctified from the beginning, who he possessed from the beginning. Okay. And matter of fact, one more precept. Wisdom of Solomon 7. And that's why it's only meet for the prophets, the servants, the prophets, to be the ones teaching. Anybody outside of that, you really shouldn't be a teacher, man. Okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon 7. This is dealing with wisdom. All right? Wisdom of Solomon 7, and I'll start at verse 24. It says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness, and she is the breath of the power and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty." All right, and that's that same breath that when Ezekiel saw the dry bones in the valley, that breath that came upon those dry bones is talking about this, the wisdom, okay, which all the men that you see in Great Millstone that are standing boldly as armies, all across the four corners of the earth, pushing his gospel, are teaching the truth, bringing out so much information. Those brothers are flowing in wisdom, man. That's the breath of the Almighty that's upon these men. Okay? It says, "Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her." And that's why Isaiah, going back to the beginning, he complained and said, "Hey, I'm a man of unclean lips. I can't get this." So the angel, what? He cleaned them up. Basically cleansed his mind and made him receive the revelation, the secrets, man. All right. It says, "For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering to holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets." Okay? And that's the point, man. Not to say that, those that are not of the prophets, because you have 1/3 of Israel, they're going to be taught by the prophets, man, and they're going to receive it. They may not necessarily be prophets themselves out there speaking, but you're going to have, different men who actually follow the apostles, the prophets, the servants, the teachers. Okay? And they're going to make it too. And then our women, that's going to make it. They're going to fall under the men. They're going to agree with everything the men of the Lord are teaching. All right. But our people that come up against us, hey, the angels it did a number on them. So we have no power over it, man. We just teach the word, and whoever is part of the elect, they're just going to get reeled in by the word. If you're not of the elect, then whatever the men of the Lord teaches you or prophesies, it's going to displease you. You're not going to receive it, man. And you're going to bulk up. Okay? So I just want to respond to, the fact that you have, a bunch of ignorant, silly Negroes that's, making videos now trying to come up against the Israelites. All right. They clearly have no understanding whatsoever. But we understand the bigger picture, man. OK, we understand that it's going to be a majority of our people that's not going to get it. And we know that there's only going to be a remnant. All right. That's going to receive it. OK. So anyway, hopefully this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Till next time, Shalom.